Hello, friends. Hello. Gosh, that seems like it's really low, doesn't it? Hi. Hello, hello. And happy Wednesday. Oh gosh, my glasses are filthy. Hang tight. Just the little details I didn't get a chance to get taken care of before we started. Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. Happy December 17th. Do you believe it? Holy cow. That it is. Ooh, all kinds of weird things going on. I am happy to tell you, I now have purchased all of the equipment that I think I need for the whole new filming setup. Now I just need to make the time to get it all figured out. So hopefully, not too much longer will we will be doing the weird moving the camera and all that because it's still weird. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're ready, right? I think we're ready. Welcome, friends. Happy Wednesday. Happy December release day. Well, actually, everything released yesterday on the 16th. Originally supposed to release on the 15th. We got to be flexible. Nick, my husband, and I were in New York for the weekend, and big snowstorms on the East Coast, which just it's like domino effect. Flights were canceled right and left, and we didn't get home till like 2 in the morning on Monday, and so just a little bit behind. So anyhow, the December release went live yesterday, just about 24 hours ago. Everything is in stock and shipping now. You guys have no idea how excited that makes me. We'll get to that in a second. Anyhow, welcome. If you are new to my channel, my name is Layle Konkar. I have a business called Layle by Mail. I manufacture tons of my own products, traveler's notebooks, traveler's notebook inserts, sticker books, stamps and dies and die cuts, and oh my gosh, so many different things. And I'm probably forgetting a bunch of things. Oh yeah, also new this time, roll-ons. So you can find me on my website at laylebymail.com. There is a link in the description box of the video to the December new product release. So you'll see everything there and you can shop everything there. If there's something that you see, you like, I just have to have it. Also, we're getting close to Christmas, and because everything is in stock and shipping now, I can't make any promises because tomorrow is the 18th. But you may be able to get it by Christmas. But on your end, you got to do the shipping. You can't do like the regular UPS or USPS ground or UPS ground because then that's completely out of our hands, right? All right. Anyhow, there's a live chat that takes place as we are live here. So I want to look at the chat really quick and see who's here, and then we will get started. Okay. So fun to have you here. Hello, Ms. L. Amy is here. Amy is my right hand. Amy will be popping links in the chat to things that I'm showing you, but also remember you can easy, laylebymail.com, and even click on the what's new page on the website and you'll see everything that I'm showing you kind of right there. Um, it is a crazy time of year. It really is. Don't even talk to me about my December document. Uh, I was a couple days behind, and then we went out of town for 4 days and then delayed and then the release. And so I'm behind. And you know what? That's okay. I'll get caught up, right? It's okay. We can be behind. It's okay to be behind. Whatever it is that you're behind in this time of year. Hi, Heather. Nice to see you. Hello, Mimi, Ms. L. Oh, yes, Ms. L. Marion by the Sea. Hello, Marion from Anna Cortez. Yes, raining where you are. Uh, I'm from Utah, northern Utah, and it is raining still. We really have not had any significant snow yet. It is the in history since they've been logging all the things. We had hail for a little bit today, and then it poured rain. Which, when you live in a state that is high mountain desert, very dry, and all of your winter precipitation is your all of your water is dependent on your winter precipitation, and the tourism industry, skiing, is also dependent on kind of that snow precipitation. We're not in a very good spot right now. Not very good at all. Hopefully that changes soon. Hello, honestly, Carrie. Hello, Joyce. Nice to see you. She's excited for the new product. She said she hopes she gets some money for Christmas so she can order them. I love that. Um, Hello, Tabitha, Denise, Carrie, nice to see you. Christy from Cary, Illinois, which also about to be very rainy too, right? Carol, I will tell you though, when we were in New York, super windy, freezing cold. Still, we had the best time. Saturday night, we went show on Broadway. Left, when it was over, started sleeting, and so we're walking back to our hotel in the sleet. And then Sunday, we woke up to snow. Now, um, Central Park when there is snow is really pretty magical. It's so cool. So that that was fun. So some parts of the country are getting snow, just not the western part of the United States. Denise placed her order. Yes, I know many of you have already placed your order, which thank you, thank you, thank you. Just warms the cockles of my heart, whatever that means. But thank you guys. Hello, Laura. Yes, I'm glad to be back as well. All right. Carol is here. Her cart is full. Um, to Candace, Wanda Bradford. Hello, hello. We had a wonderful time in New York City. Kathy, thank you. We were touristy as tourists can be. We stayed in a hotel just off of Times Square. So we were in walking distance of all the things that we wanted to do. Um, did the Rockettes, which so Christmas time in New York has always been on my bucket list. And my husband Nick has never been to New York. And so he just turned 60 at the end of November. And we thought, you know what, maybe this would be a good Christmas present for us. We'll kind of kill a couple birds with one stone. And it was just lovely. We had a best time. Thank you. I even had like the street pizza, like $1.50 a slice street pizza. You wouldn't even believe it if you saw me eating it because I eat everything with a fork. But that pizza, I just folded in half and took a big bite out of, and I had to get over it. So yeah, we did all the touristy things. So fun. Hello, Shelly McDaniel. Nice to see you. Shelly is one of our brand new design team members. Fun to have you here with us, Shelly. In fact, Shelly just did a brand new a project with the Dear December product within the last couple of days. I know it's on her Instagram, and I think the blog post got added already. I think. If not, I forgot to send it to Amy. So if not, it'll be there. Hi, Debbie Watson. Fun to see you here. Lisa Lackey, TK. Hello, hello, hello. Becky Moore from Windy, Montana. Snow? Do you have snow? I know you guys have snow for a while. So, Debbie's had snow twice already. Debbie's in Virginia. Originally Texas. So not much snow there. All right, my friends. Jen's happy place. Hello, nice to see you. All right, friends. I think I pretty much have everybody. Linda Moore, hello. I don't want to miss everyone. Hello, Joy Boskoff. Nice to see you. Scrappy Thread, Tina, Kelly, everyone's starting to kind of pop on. I don't want to miss anyone, but I think that you guys would really rather see instead of hear me say hello to everyone. So if I've missed you, hello. So fun to have you here. Still pop in the chat and say hello. And we will get going. Hello, Christy Amber, Nicole Eggers. Nick Concar. Nick Concar, my husband, said he bought all the new stuff today. Okay, whatever, honey. I guess bought all the stuff means he went down to the downstairs and grabbed whatever he wanted, and then I don't know what he's gonna do with it because he doesn't do what we do. But whatever. I'll have to send him an invoice because he can't just take it, you know. Uh, Joyce just asked when you'll be doing the 2025 idea book. Great question, Joyce. So we cannot release the new idea book until the year is over. So we always release an idea book March after the year takes place. So the fourth idea book, the idea book for 2025 will be released in mid-March of 2026, but it is well underway. It is well underway. All right, friends. Hello, Pam from Minnesota. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to rotate the camera and we're going to get started, okay? Because I have lots to share tonight. Lots and lots and lots to share. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I love, whoopsie. Scrappy Thread said, she said, can't wait to see everything I already ordered. Oh, that's so funny. I love it. Nancy Stone, thank you about my top. Thank you. Thank you. Nick will make a good deal. Oh, okay, whatever. Nick's like wheeling and dealing, I guess. Nick doesn't even well, he could figure it out, but I guess Nick's wheeling and dealing. Wonder what you will what kind of deal, honey? You're funny. All right, Kathy, thank you for the reminder. I am plugging in. All right, my friends. So, like I said, tons of new things to share tonight. We are taking a look at the December new product release. And you'll see that at laylebymail.com. Just click on what's new when you get there. All righty. So where to start? I'm going to start small and then we're progressively going to go bigger. I love it. Amy said we're going to charge you double. I know we're growing so much, but when you grow, your expenses grow as well. So Nick, for you, it's double. Okay, friends. So let's take a look at a really small stamp set that you might be like, okay, what is that? That looks really plain and boring. Why would I need that? This is this little guy, and it is a little 2 by 3 stamp set. It is called Out the Window Years. So, way, 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 way back in, I'm going to say, 2021, uh, we released this stamp set, and it is called Out the Window. Out the Window, based on the way that I like to document the photos that I am taking out an airplane window or a car window or Harvey or RV window and things like that. So, this has been out there since 2021. When we designed this and released it in 2021, we had years 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25. Well, as of the end of December, this stamp set is a little bit obsolete. The only part of it is obsolete, though, is the years, because the rest of the stamp set is still awesome, right? It's just the years. So that is what this stamp set is. It's Out the Window years 2025 through 2030. There's a reason for 2025. Well, anyhow, 2025 through 2030. So this is intended now to supplement this stamp set. So, with this one and this one, you go from 2021 all the way to 2030. Now, here's a little kind of thing about this. You may have noticed when I was unpackaging that, and I'll kind of show you an example of what I do with that in a minute. You may have noticed when I was unpackaging that I pulled this little guy out of the package because we do still have a handful, I don't know, 4 dozen maybe, of this original stamp set left. So while we still have that original stamp set, when you buy that, you get that free. So that's a $6 value. You get that free. So you don't have to worry about, buying this and then, your years being, kind of in the past. When we run out of this original, we already have designed version 2, and version 2 is the exact same stamp set. It just has updated years. All right. The other thing is, many of you have bought this original stamp set over the years, and you need something to supplement with. So that's what this little guy is. All right. So let me just show you really quickly what I do with that stamp set, that Out the Window stamp set. So I pulled one of my traveler's notebooks out here, and I'll show you a couple of examples. So one of my favorite things to do when we are flying or when I am flying is to take photos out the airplane window. There's so many amazing things to see, and I'm always surprised by people that sit by the window and never open up their window shades. So I have a ton of photos over the year taken out the airplane window. So back in 2020, I started a traveler's notebook of my out the window photos. And with that stamp set, I stamped the 3-digit airport departure code, the 3-digit airport arrival code, little airplane in between. And then the little grid is part of that stamp set, and that is how I add the dates. And then I just add a little kind of blurb there of what, for example, this one, we were on our way to Chicago. And so I just wrote a little blurb about that. So this is kind of a really fun thing to do with those pictures that you take out the window. But that is not the only type of photo that I take out the window. I take photos out the window from Harvey or RV. And yes, this is out the window, and that is a moose standing on the road. And this is just a little bit different because it's not an airport, departure and arrival. I do the little icon there, and then I'm spelling out where we are. But the same thing, the date, and then a little description. And then there's another one. I also do them out the car window. You have little stamps as part of that set. You have a boat, you have a train, and different things like that. So that is what that first little stamp set is for, the out the window years, if you were wondering. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at the other 2 stamp sets in the release, starting with this guy, 2026 About Last Month. This is the 5th version, I'm pretty sure, the 5th version of this particular stamp set. There has been one every year for the last 4 or 5 years. And this stamp set is designed to go along with my About Last Month style of memory keeping in my traveler's notebook every month. So every year there is a new stamp. So you can kind of switch things up with, how you're designing something. 2026 About Last Month. This one is included in the year in review project kit, the 2026 year in review project kit, which we will take a look in a second. But this is also available a la carte. So I'll show you kind of a fun little example with this guy. That is 2026 about last month. And you'll see a little grid here. I'll show you this. Here, this will tell you, kind of give you an idea of what you do with that. You have your little grid. You have 2 years, 2026 and 2027. So that is where you're popping your year, 2026 or 2027. You have numbers 01 through 1, 2, January, February, March, October, November, December, and so forth. So that you stamp in that little part of the grid. And then you have a couple of different phrases here that you stamp in that bottom part of the grid. You have about last month, you have here's the story, and you have month in review. All right. So that is the about last month stamp set. Now, I have used this quite a bit in the last 2 days as I was designing the year in review project kit. So I want to show you another fun way to use that exact same stamp. Now I'm going to do this, try to hide both of these. Actually, you don't need to see that. I mean, we don't need to hide the top one. So then that is that exact same stamp. But you know what I did? I just turned the grid upside down. So the grid gives it, if you turn it upside down, gives it a totally different look, right? I mean, it's still the same, but gives you a different look. So you can kind of get two different looks from that same 2026 about last month stamp set just by flipping the grid upside down, rotating it. All right. Denise said she loves the layout of the stamp, and Carol loves it too. Thank you. I'm glad you guys really like it. It's always fun every year to come up with a new design for this stamp set because, you really got to change it up every year because I can't have it looking the same every year, right? And part of that is because I want you guys to buy a new one every year. But part of that is purely selfish on my part in that after I've used it for 12 months, I am ready for a new stamp set. So there we go. All right. The nice thing about this too is that it definitely works for about last month, but you could use it for lots of different things. You have numbers, you have little grid, you have your months and your years. All right. So that's about last month. Then this was Amy's. Flipping stamps is legal. I know, Taylor, right? It is. So this was Amy's brilliant idea. Amy said, "Hey, you know what? I started thinking." Um, she said, "I think we should also have an add-on stamp set for about last month. And the add-on stamp set is going to have the rest of the two-digit numbers, 13 through 31, because about last month has all 12 months, but if you do 13 through 31, now you have 31 numbers for 31 days in the month. All right. You also have some additional phrases. This made me smile. More of this, documented what a day. So this happened. Less of this, a couple icons, and then 2 more years. So the way that I anticipate using this stamp set is more on a daily basis, right? So if you had something that you wanted to document, on a particular day, you are using part of the about last month, and that would be the grid and the year and the month. And then you are using the rest of the two-digit numbers. So in this example, if I wanted to do maybe what a day, or I wanted to do something in a December daily or December documented, I could combine the about last month with the add-on, and then that would be for a particular day. All right, so that's kind of the two different ways that you could use about last month, and then how you could pair about last month with the add-on. All right. Just as a quick recap, this one is included in the year in review project kit. There's all kinds of red bold all over the website for the year in review project kit. In fact, this one is even named 2026 about last month, included in the year in review project kit, because we don't want you to buy the project kit and then also buy that stamp unknowingly. All right. Okay. So so you guys, there are two firsts for us. There are two firsts for Layle by Mail. Um, to product first this release. The first one is this. This is our first sticker book. Yes, Denise, red nails once a year. Once a year, and they're on. They're not on. They're not. I mean, these are my real nails. They're gel nails, but I mean, the red color is on. All right. How rich is your husband? NQG. Blah, blah, blah. This is my own company. This is my own business, and it is all self-funded. There is no investor behind Layle by Mail. It is all self-funded, and I will say with zero debt. Very, very, very proud of that. So, has nothing to do with my husband. I wish he was rich. He's not. All right. So next up, these are all products I manufacture. So next up, yes, thank you. It is awesome. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud that this is all a women-owned woman, not women, woman-owned small business, self-funded with zero debt. So yes, I can shout from the rooftops with that because I'm very proud of that. All right, so very first sticker book, we have dipped our toe in the water, so to speak, for sticker books. I have loads of ideas for more sticker books. So, sticker books. This is a 5x7 sticker book. Now, this may look familiar to some of you, or if I turn it over and you see that, that may look familiar. Um, in November, we released 12 month by month stamp sets, January through December. All right. Now, not everyone is a stamper, though, right? So, guess what? It only made sense that we release it in a sticker book as well. So, the stamps you can buy month by month. The sticker book you get, obviously, all 12 months. So, let's just take a look. This is a 5x7 sticker book. There are 12 sheets, so one for each month of the year. And there are a couple of things that are included in the stickers that are not part of the stamp. So as we look at the month, and I will just kind of set that right next to that month by month January stamp set, it's pretty much exactly the same until you get kind of down here. So we had extra room because this is a 4x6 stamp set. This is a 5x7 sticker book. So in that sticker book, you have number sets 1 through 31. And you have those on every month or every page. And then you have a couple of different little stickers where we could fit them in. Like you have a January strip here. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strip there. All right. So these stickers are not cardstock stickers. And what I mean by that, these are thinner stickers. These are more like a planner sticker or a sticker that you would put in a traveler's notebook. These are not necessarily stickers. And of course, you could put them on a scrapbook layout or a scrapbook page, but these are not the thickness that you might think of as a thicker scrapbook sticker, okay? And that's important because when we're working in a planner or in a journal or in a traveler's notebook, you don't want a lot of extra bulk. So Amy has had a lot of fun playing with these, coloring them, right? So you could take your foam blending tool or something like that and color all of those numbers. You could come in and color really any of those stickers. So everything in the sticker book, black and white. All right. And then you can kind of continue to see. We go through the rest of the 12 months. You guys, this book has 965 stickers in it. So great value. You're seeing a new format there in little numbers. So those are circles, different fonts, just lots of, I think we'll see lots of use out of this fun sticker book. You could use this in a habit tracker. You could use this in a planner. You could use it in your traveler's notebook. You could use this in so many different things. All right. So that is the month by month sticker book. Okay. What else do we have next? All right, I think we're going to hop into next the season pass. So, season pass. Season pass is a program that we started doing a year ago. So, we have now been through a full year of season pass and have learned so much along the way. The numbers at the bottom of the page are individual. Great question, Carol. So let me just go back to that really quick. Those are all individual die cut stickers. So if you can see, you probably can't see very well, but those are all individual numbers, individual stickers, including your little punctuation and a couple little icons there at the end. All right. So season pass. Season pass is it started out in 2024, December 2024, as a program. It was available in a kit, and for a while you could only buy the contents of season pass in the full kit. And that is no longer the case. So it is available as a kit option. So you can buy the whole kit. You can now purchase all of the projects that normally are only available in the kit. You can also purchase them a la carte. So The kit, when you purchase it, comes in one of my 13.5 by 13 craft storage pouches. So this is a great thing to kind of keep your season pass products in, especially because they are intended to last for a season. This is the winter spring season pass. So that season being January, February, and March. The idea behind season pass is giving you a kind of just a smattering, no, an assortment. How about that? That's a better word. An assortment of products for each month. So as we look at the brand new winter spring season pass, January, February, March, you have 12 papers plus cover sheet. There is always some kind of pattern on the back side, so you can use that cover sheet. But as we take a look at the papers, you have 4 papers for each month. Um, you have cut apart cards, so 3x4 cards, 4x6 cards. On the back side, you have a really pretty kind of scallop pattern there. You have this little guy, nice kind of grid on the backside. Yes, beautiful color palette. You have a really fun bright stripe on the backside, some scattered polka dots, and then you have your snowflakes, and then kind of a little bit of an ombre snowflake on the back. So, um, in 2025, for the first 4 season passes, and this one is considered part of 2026, I had 4 different designers. 4 different designers designing each quarter or each season. And that is one of the big changes for 2026. There is a new designer, my graphic designer that I have been working with for the last, I don't know, probably about 8 months. And this is her first, with me, release of kind of a full collection ish. So you are going to love what she does. She's amazing. You guys are going to meet her later this year. But she's been designing stamps for me, sticker books, metal dies. She's been designing a lot of products for me, for us, in 2025. So very excited that now she is doing season pass, and she's also done year in review. So what's nice about that is you're going to see a cohesive, consistent design throughout all 4 seasons of the year. All right. And this is the first one. So the other thing that's very nicely done by the graphic designer is very cohesive. All 3 months really work nicely together. She's spent a lot of time working on the color palettes and on the designs, that some of those pieces could be used across each month. All right. So that's kind of a big part of that. Oh, Wanda, I love to be an enabler. Hello, Laura. Nice to see you. Laura is also one of the individuals on the new design team, and you're seeing her in the chat as Rosie Posey Studio. All right, so that is the January paper portion of the kit. And then you have February. So again, you have those beautiful cut apart papers, beautiful kind of pops of that kind of teal, light blue, mint-ish. And then on the back side, fun stripes of hearts, cherries. I am a huge cherry lover. I love cherries. There's just such a fun pattern, I think. So fun cherries with kind of a paint grid background, a nice stripe on the back side there. Getting into some soft florals with some bows on the backside, and then another fun floral with some hearts on the backside. So what you will see in February, and this has always been very important to me, when I do February things, in the past when I was doing the bi-monthly Traveler's Notebook kits, I always kind of wanted to stay away from romantic love because not everybody has romantic love. So you'll see with the February portion, at least the papers for sure, work for lots of different things. All right, then we jump into March. March, you have the cut apart cards again. Look at the umbrella. Isn't that amazing with all the little flowers? Just so many fun things with the designs here, you guys. On the back side, a really nice kind of soft floral. The birds, look at the birds. Aren't the birds just amazing? Denise said the B paper sided as good as the A. I know, right? She did an amazing job. She really did. All those little birds, they just make me so happy. The backside, just a nice chunky, fun green stripe there. There are those umbrellas. Look at those umbrellas. Aren't those amazing? on the back side, another stripe, but look at that. There's kind of some fun little scallops in there. And then you have kind of a plaid with a floral on top, and then just a nice kind of neutral pink dot. All right, so that is part, those are the papers, 12 papers that are part of the kit, but those pack of 12 papers also available a la carte. So you can just pick up the paper kit. Some people pick up an extra paper kit because they get the season pass kit, but then also want extra papers. All right, next up, we have the die cuts, the die cut icons. So there are 84 pieces here. I am going to put these dumped out here on a little tray, but ooh, I will also tell you that you can see all of these kind of up close on the website. So just as with the papers, these are divided into the 3 months. So if we look at this, you kind of have a winter and the start of the new year up there. You have February in the middle, and then you have March in the bottom. All right. But just to give you an idea, it's super fun. This could be your champagne, your prosecco, your sparkling wine, or it could be your sparkling cider, whatever you like to celebrate with at the new year. These The one bad thing about using this tray is that it's very difficult to pick things back up when they're down. So I'm just going to move some of these around a little bit so you can get a feel. How about that rainbow? A rainbow of flowers. Isn't that so fun? Just such amazing designs. Such amazing designs. And the nice thing about this, there are, how many did I say? There are 84 pieces in there. So you could do a lot of different things with these. And I'm going to show you some of the things that I've already done with these. The new design team is just getting started, so you will see them start working with Season Pass right after the first of the year. But I will tell you that Laura Lee has done a couple fun things already with Season Pass for all 3 months, and you will see those on the product pages of Season Pass on the website. All right, so that'll give you kind of an idea. Some of those are turned upside down. Um, and once I get through all of these products, I will show you what I have done with them. The season pass winter spring die cuts are included in the year in review kit, but also available a la carte. uh, Word strip stickers. So 5x7 sheet of word strip stickers. Now you have one, two, three, four different colors, and those are kind of intermixing across all 3 months. But then also things that you can use for pretty much anything. Try something new. This was so amazing. Good stuff. Small moments. This made me smile. Little moments matter. Details. So if you don't know me, word strip stickers are like one of my favorite things. So those colors blend right in with the collection. All right. Next up is the 4x6 stamp. So 4x6 stamp is also part of the kit when you buy the kit, but now also available a la carte. And we've done some work on the stamps for 2026, starting with winter spring. So you have kind of a combination of things that are geared towards the months, like a January definition, February, March, and once you get all the way through the year, you will end up with all definitions for all 12 months. You have a couple of small icons that you can use in smaller spaces, like a calendar, which I'll show you in a minute. But then everything else super neutral. Look at this. You'll start to see this style in a couple of different places coming in 2026. That is one stamp. Simply perfect day, currently, highlight of the month, a day to remember. Here's the story. This was amazing. So, for 2026, that season pass stamp will be a little bit more versatile, give you a little bit more value for your money because you'll be able to use it for lots of things. All right, this is the second new product, you guys, rub-ons. I will tell you, we already have in stock. This is one of four new rub-on designs, which you'll start seeing coming in 2026. So right now, season pass. The other four are neutral. They're not associated with season pass. All right, so there are two sheets here, two 6x8 sheets. You guys, these are amazing. These go on like butter. I can't even tell you how awesome they are. So when I get a new package of rub-ons, my very first thing that I do is I staple that sheet together. That is a really important part of the process for me. And I will have a free class in the next couple of weeks coming up here on the website, kind of your tips tricks and techniques for using rub-ons, because some of you may have never used a rub-on before, and some of you it may have been a really long time since you've used a rub-on. So with the rub-ons in season pass, and you'll see this for all 12 months, you have a 6x8 color sheet, and that color sheet is kind of divided January, February, March, and then you have the black and white sheet. Well, it's really black, right? Not black and white, just black. But um, while I have these out of the package, I am going to staple these together right now as well. So when I say staple them together, you have the rub-on sheet, and then you have the little protective backer behind it. And you want to keep that protective backer behind it. That's really important so they don't accidentally stick somewhere where you don't want to stick them. So I thought really quick what I would just show you how to do. I am going to rub one of those on, and you can see how amazing they are. When I am ready to work with a rub-on, I cut it away from the sheet. Much easier. Do yourself a favor, cut it away from the sheet. Then you're not worried about not trying to get any of the rub-ons where you don't want them. So cut it away from the sheet, pull out the little protective backer. I'm going to set that down. Now, when you set that down, there is glue. If you didn't know that, there is actually glue on the back of your rub-ons, and that is what makes them stick. So once you set them down, don't try to lift them back up again, because it's going to stick. It may not stick all the way, but there will be parts that stick. So you kind of need to, once you're ready, commit. Now, one of the most important things when you're working with the rub-on is to never let go. We're going kind of opposite of Elsa from Frozen. Never let go, right? We want to always be holding on. And I'm just using, this is actually, I call this a rub-on tool on my website. This is actually an embossing tool. And you don't need a tool like that because your rub-ons come with a popsicle stick. You could also use a popsicle stick. I don't know. I just like to use this little guy. So what I'm doing is I am rubbing that tool or the popsicle stick all across that rub-on. All right. And I'm still holding on. But when I get over here, I need to move my fingers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my fingers this way. I'm still holding on, and now I can get to this space. So the reason why you always want to be holding on with rub-ons is that if they move, they'll still work, right? But if they move, you will end up with a crack in your rub-on, which we don't want a crack in our rub-on. Right? Okay, so that looks pretty well like it's released, and I can kind of see that it's released. I'm still holding on. I'm just going to lift up that sheet that the rub-on was on, and I am slowly going to start to peel it back. As I peel it back, I can see that all of that art has rubbed on. If it hadn't rubbed on, I would not have let go, right? I would have still been over here. I was still holding on, and maybe I got here and went, oh, shoot, part of that didn't rub on. I'm still holding on. Rub-on hasn't moved, and then I can make sure that it adheres. But you guys, seriously, they are like butter. They are beautiful. And what that now looks like, it looks like it is a sticker without any halo, right? It looks like it was printed on whatever I'm putting it on. So I am so excited about the fact that we're now doing rub-ons. I can't even tell you, because rub-ons are a dream. And these are a dream. These are not your father's Oldsmobile, right? You know what I mean when I say that? These are not old rub-ons that used to crack and, we didn't like. So let me show you what I have done with Season Pass. Season Pass is not intended for any particular type of project. It can be used in traveler's notebooks. It can be used in planners. It can be used in journals. It can be used in scrapbook pages, mini books, cards. You name it, it can be used for that. But what I primarily use it for is my traveler's notebooks, because that's what I do. Kind of traveler's notebooks are my thing, if you didn't know. So I have taken the products for each month and set up my traveler's notebook. So this is what I have done with January. I have added rub-ons. I have done a little bit of stamping. Kind of created a fun background with stamps there. Used the die cuts, the paper, the cards, and then over here I have slip covered my 2 inserts. Now on this little guy, I just added a little bit of stickles, so isn't that kind of fun, right? So I've got 2 inserts slip covered. One insert that I always use is a monthly calendar, and I'll show you what I've done there. The other one in my traveler's notebook, it changes. This traveler's notebook always has my calendar every month. When I switch it out, always has my calendar. And sometimes I have notes or plans or quotes or whatever in my second one. Your traveler's notebooks can hold up to 4 inserts. But for this I do too. All right. So here's the little second guy. Look how fun. Oh, that should not be sticking there. I think I added little pop dots there, but that is the slip cover for the second one. And this little guy opens up. So if I wanted to add little photos there or something, I even could do that. All right. So that is what I have done with January, but that's not all, folks. He also decorated my calendar. So these were released in November. That is the new monthly calendar insert. And this is what I did for January. So I've used only one kit here, you guys. I've used product from only one kit or only one package, I guess I could say. So what I had for leftovers, I came in and completely decorated my calendar. Now, your calendar is undated, meaning it works for any year. So I went in and just numbered the days, but I could have used the numbers from that new month by month sticker book, right? I could have used little stickers to do that. And then just added kind of the big things that I needed to make sure to remember, travel and things like that, appointments, and then decorated all the rest of it with die cuts, rub-ons, stickers, stamps. Look at that rub-on. Isn't that fantastic? That's the beauty of a rub-on, you guys. Didn't have to stamp it, but it looks like it was stamped or looked like it was printed on there, right? All right, so that's January. There are already a ton of examples on the website with the winter spring season pass. You will see everything that I'm showing you here, how I've used it. We've had an amazing designer, my graphic designer, actually designed some cards with it already that are stunning. There are sketches with the actual product for travelers notebooks, for a layout, and also cards. And then Layle and the design team has also already used it, but you will start to see tons more examples with that. All right. So that was January. Now let's take a quick look at February. So for February, I've used my black and cream scallop. Now, I don't keep all of these like this. Once January is done, I move out of January. I take all of these pieces and I create cards with them, or I do a spread in my traveler's notebook. I unslip cover, right? I take off the slip covers, remove the slip covers, and then I either create cards with those or add them to a scrapbook page or traveler's notebook. So all of these things end up getting used again, but I don't like keep 12 of these for the whole year. I move out of January and then kind of re-slip cover everything into February. So here is February. Again, using the February papers, the cut apart cards, rub-ons. Those two are both rub-ons. A little stamping there, little stamping up there, using the die cuts, slip covering the 2 months. This guy is a rub-on. So I just did the rub-on right there on top of that 3x4 card. And then we have the calendar that I decorated for February. Same thing, right? Now, look at how cool this is. This is a rub-on. That little piece there that says candy hearts, Valentine's, and so forth. There are 3 of those in season pass, one's for each month. So that little checklist, look, it fits right between the little lines there on your calendar if you wanted to put it there, which is kind of fun. In all 3 cases, January, February, March, I used that little month definition stamp. All right. Super fun for February. And then I might as well show you March while I have it open. Now, in the monthly calendar, there is a blank spread between each of the months. So you could do whatever you wanted on that. And then here's March. Isn't that fun? That rainbow. I love that rainbow. I just did a little boo-boo there, so that's not really what it looks like. I moved it. Shouldn't have moved it. But there you go. Another rub-on. So black and white, or not black and white, black rub-ons and then colored rub-ons. Rub-on that little bird. And then my March setup. Okay. So there we go. Cute little bird that I've added on top of the bird cage. Little rub-on there. Did a fun little background stamping there. Added my rub-ons to the bottom of that card. And there we go. Did that stamp there on top of that card. So that is winter spring season pass. And that is kind of hit 2 things there. Number 1, obviously talking about winter spring and showing you winter spring, but also talking about the changes. that we have done over the course of the year. Uh, we substituted rub-ons for washi. Heard loud and clear. People are like, you know what? I have plenty of washi. Let's do something else. So rub-ons. So excited about that. Designer consistent across the full year. Well, she's my designer, so you'll see lots from her going forward. Making some changes to the stamps and things like that. So super excited about that. All right. The last thing that I want to share with you is the year in review project kit. The year in review project kit. This is my second biggest selling kit, project kit that I do every year. It is second only to December documented. So let me pull this out. This year in review project kit every year is designed around the about last month style of memory keeping that I started doing in August of 2020. And it is something that I have done every month faithfully since August of 2020. But there's a really easy way that I found to do that. All right. So this is our sixth annual, you guys. This is the sixth year in review project kit that we've done. So I am doing my year in review project for the full year in my noted traveler's notebook. All right. You know, you can use whatever traveler's notebook cover you want. But I am using the noted one, super neutral, right? And there is actually a bundled version of that. So you can buy the year in review project kit without a cover, or you can buy it with this cover and it's discounted or bundled when you do that. But important, it does not include a cover unless you do the bundle because a lot of people already have their own traveler's notebook cover that they want to use. So you do need a cover for this project. All right. So while we're here, I will show you there's a new charm for 2026 that you can hang off of your year in review traveler's notebook. It's got a little star, a little bow, and then your little 2026. So that guy I usually just clip right into the elastics right there. Um, Speaking of charms, these are some charms that I had left over from a project that I taught at an event earlier this year. So you'll also see those as part of the December release. Just a cute little bee and a bow, kind of much bigger charm there. All right, so year in review project kit. We're going to take a look at the kit, and then I will show you what I have done with it. The entire class is designed and instructions done and everything. You guys, when I said shipping now, I mean shipping now. And I have to tell you, this is like all I can't even thank Amy and thank my graphic designer enough. Historically, you guys, I put this project kit up for pre-order right now because you guys start chomping at the bit and you get really antsy. And so up until this year, it's never been actually ready to go and ship mid-December. I put it up for pre-order mid-December and it ships end of January. This is the first year it is up for order now and it is shipping now, which is huge. So I can't thank Amy enough. I can't thank my graphic designer enough. So much of that has to do with them. And Lily and Denise, who do all the order picking, packing, processing, they are like thrilled because it makes their job so much easier when I put things up for sale on the website that are actually, shipping now. All right. So, with this project kit, let's start out with the paper. Everything in this project kit is Layle by Mail exclusive, which is the first year for year in review. So you have two papers. I had so much fun with my graphic designer designing these papers because these are only for year in review. That's the only place you can get them is in the project kit. So I knew exactly what I needed because I've done this project now for 6 years. So we were able to do some really fun things. That's our slipcover. We were able to do some really fun things with the part that we don't need for the slipcover because this is only being used for that. And then you have the cut apart pages. All right. You have your cards to decorate your pockets, also a fun to do on the inside. All right. So those two papers. It comes with one traveler's notebook insert, one of my lined traveler's notebook inserts, because that's kind of the base of the project. You have what we already saw, the 2026 About Last Month stamp set. And then you have 2 packs of die cuts. Now, this kit also comes in a 13.5 by 13 craft storage pouch. And again, because this is a kit that you will be working on throughout the year, so it's nice to be able to have your nice protected storage pouch to kind of hold all your things. The die cuts. So die cuts are definitely the meat of the kit in addition to the stamp. So let's take a look at those, and then I will show you the completed project, so you know what you are in store for. All right, so two different die cut packs. The first die cut pack, these are die cut icons. There are 117 pieces. These are only available with the project kit. The die cut icons you cannot get outside of the project kit, just available with the project kit. 117 of these. So I will pop all of these out. You can see these here, kind of separated by month, but you can also see kind of a better view of those on the website. Yes, beautiful colors. The design, you guys, oh my gosh, just she like look at this. Look at the sun. Isn't that just so cute? The attention to detail. There's little polka dots behind. Oopsie, got a little blurry there. Little faint polka dots behind that sun. Like look at this pair. I love the black lines and then just like the little shadowing, the little dot shadowing. I mean, you guys, she is one talented mama. I can't wait. I can't wait to introduce you to her later this or later next year in 2026. All right. So basically, you have an assortment of die cuts for every month, all 12 months. So we'll just kind of spread some of those out. This is also a little intro to a new mascot. That is a new scatter. That's our new scatter the squirrel. And you will see him pop up in a number of different places later this year. So, but look how cute. Like, look at the little tree. And then the detail on the tree, the little owl hiding behind the leaves. I tell you what, you guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to show you and share and kind of introduce you to the new kind of look and feel for Layle by Mail. All right, lots of die cuts there, assortments across the 12 months. So those are the icons that are part of the kit. Then there is another assortment, and these are part of the kit, but these are available a la carte. Amy convinced me. She said, I think people might want to see these. I think people might want to do some really cool things with these. Amy did a very cool birthday calendar with these. So which may turn into a class towards the end of the year. So kind of news at 11 on that. You have die cuts again for all 12 months, an assortment. So you have like 5 or 6 for each month. You'll see January, February, March. The key that you see across all months is going to be these numbers. So you have a large number for each month. Then you have the month written out as well. And then lots of fun, different size, super cute. Like, look at that one, currently loving. You could write what you're currently loving there. Some larger tags, some smaller little labels, and things like that. All right. So I want to show you now what I have done with the year in review kit. So remember, this is a project kit. So with the project kit comes a class. You know what I think I forgot to say because this was hanging out. That's not the right one. Uh, where did that go? Oh, here it is. That was hanging out over by my other traveler's notebooks. There are 3 classes that come with the season pass, and those are we together set up your traveler's notebook. So if you're not using season pass for a traveler's notebook, you don't have to come, but they're fun, and you kind of learn some fun ideas in class. Anyway, all right. So now let's jump back to the class for the year in review. So year in review, it's about a 3-hour class together. We decorate our pockets of your traveler's notebook, so of your cover. Remember, the kit does not come with a cover. It is bundled with a cover if you want to get the noted, but if not, you need to purchase or pull from your stash a traveler's notebook cover. So we use product to decorate our pockets. How fun is that slip cover, right? Look, that's what we did with this guy, right? Cut it, and that is our slip cover. You have a die cut that says 26 year in review. And then we work into, I'm going to pull this out just because it'll be a little bit easier to see, into all 12 months of the year. First one is kind of an intro. And this is nothing that you have to stamp. Last year, or this year, I should say, I guess for 2025, we used our stamps and we stamped all of that. And some of you said, you know what? I would really like it next year if I didn't have to stamp that and you gave me something that I could just adhere down. So that was also part of one of those cut aparts. That little guy. We add there, and then we move into our months. So we have a spread, two spreads actually for each month. So this class happens at the end of January, and we get everything set up. We get our pocket set up. We do our slip cover, and together we do our January about last month. So, January about last month, I'm going to jump to June for a minute. If you're not familiar with about last month, then this example will show you. Now, this is June 2026. Obviously, I did not travel into the future. Photos and my list are from June 2025, but I needed something to kind of show you. So, the whole idea behind about last month is that you make a list of what happened in your world. You pair that with photos. Sometimes I have more photos, sometimes I have less photos. Sometimes there's a lot going on in a month. Sometimes there's not a lot going on, and I'm writing things like, we're sitting on the back patio. Finally, the weather's nice enough. We saw a moose again, where we see the moose every year, a couple miles from our house. So this can be big things. It can be little things. It can be, I finished these books. I bought fresh flowers. I planted my garden. This is what I planted this year. It's basically just a list of things that happened in your month. And that is what makes this style of memory keeping for me so approachable. I have been scrapbooking, paper crafting, journaling, memory keeping, what have you, since I was pregnant with Jack, 98, since 1997. All right. 1997, I have been doing one form or another of memory keeping. This is the only way. This is the only thing that I have kept consistent with since August of 2020. Every single month, because this is manageable. This is manageable. I can print some photos, I can make a list and call it good. And that doesn't mean this is all I do for my memory keeping, but this is such a simple way to document your month, to document your life, about last month style. All right. So now that you kind of get a feel for that, I'm going to go back to January. So, January, I have used the About Last Month 2026 stamp set. I have used some of the die cuts. And in class, we will have our photos ready. I'll be adding my photos here, and I will be adding my list here, and January will be done. Now, there is another spread for January using some of the other die cuts. In this case, I use die cuts from the titles and tags. So you have a spread, a secondary spread besides About Last Month for each month. Now, people say, well, what would I do here, Layle? And I would say, well, you can expand on any of the stories or things that you put on your list here. You could add extra photos. You could do in the news. If you make an in the news list, you could do what a day, where you are kind of documenting one particular day on the things that you did that day and adding photos. You could do a glimmers list. You could do a currently list. You could do a favorite list. So lots of ideas for what that you could put right here. All right. All right. Next up. Um, I think I know what TK is asking about. So I'm going to come back. I will answer that question in a minute. I'll clarify, then answer that question. Then we move into February. Same thing, right? We're using our stamps too. Uh, Stamp our little grid there for February. Adding die cuts. I'll make my list here, add photos here. And then I have that secondary spread for whatever I'd like to add. And then March. So your instructions, as I mentioned in class, we set up our pockets, we do the slip cover, and then we do January, and then we will do 2nd January. From then on out in class, we don't do any of this together, because I found most people want to wait to get February ready until February was over. So when you're actually adding your photos, so you're not putting photos on top of things, you're adding your photos, making your list. You have photos in your instructions of every month, but in class, we get through January, and then you guys go from there. There's February. There is March. I play around with different ink colors, mixing different colors, sometimes turning the stamp upside down. And on the website and on the supply list, I tell you what ink colors that I have used for which month. So you kind of know what you're looking at if you want to add, if you want to use colored ink. This is an example where I flipped the stamp upside down, right? So we looked at that at the very beginning when we were looking at the stamp set. But if you look at, there is it upside down, and there it is right side up. There's your in-between spread. May, Same thing, in between spread. June, we'll also be talking about lots of stamping tips because I know some of you are worried about stamping. You worry about messing something up. So I actually did mess something up, and you probably wouldn't even know. I messed something up in April. And you know how I fixed it? I just stamped over another piece of paper and glued it right on top. So there's not a lot that you can't fix if you mess up your stamping. July, so a little bit of 4th of July, but also mixing in some yellow so it kind of softens that, red and blue. There's your in between spread, August. So we go through all of this in class. We get everything done together up through January, and then we go through every spread, and you have color photos of every spread. But this is a great project, really to kind of stay up, kept up with your memory keeping. Some of you have done this with me every year. This will be your 6th year. And there we go. All right. So I think TK was asking a question about more paper. And I actually received an email from someone else today saying, hey, generally I like to use more paper in my year in review, besides like what you have in the kit. And she said, hey, is there any way you could make some 6x8 papers like this and add some other colors and do some other things? And I haven't responded back to her yet. This year, no. But that is on my radar for next year. One of the things you guys don't know is coming yet in 2026 is 6x8 paper packs. So we will be moving into, in addition to some 12x12s, doing some 6x8 paper packs. So um, we can absolutely look at doing like an add-on pack for 2027 to go with your year in review. So nothing that we can do for this year, but I can certainly make some recommendations for maybe colors that you could use, some other products that you might have to work with it. All right. But I love it when you guys make requests like that because definitely gives us ideas that we wouldn't have thought of. Yeah, 6x8 paper packs. So 6x8 paper packs. We will be doing generic ones that don't go with a particular collection. We will be working on one with the travel collection that will come out in May. We will also be working on one for the Christmas collection that will come out in August. All right. So you guys, so many amazing things coming this year, next year, right? In 2026. I'm just so excited. So excited for what is to come. I'm so excited for the team. And let me tell you, hang on. This is where we're gonna this is where in 2026, all of this weird stuff happening will stop because I've about had it. I have all the equipment. I've spent a lot. I've made an investment on the equipment. I'm just holding it now with my hand because the phone is not wanting to cooperate once I rotated it. So just know, this whole janky filming thing is going to get way better, way better. I just now need to make the time to get it all set up and understand all the technology. But the team, you guys, I can't even tell you. And if you had told me in 2020 or 2021 or even 2022 that I would even be saying a team, I would have told you were crazy. So there are actually 5 of us. Lily and Denise do all the order picking, kitting, processing, shipping, all of that. Amy is my right hand and works with all of our suppliers. And then works also with graphic designer and then my graphic designer and then me. So, um, but you guys have made it so there's a team. You've made it so that we've been able to come out with all these amazing products. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for an amazing 2025 as I'm still holding the camera. Sorry that this is so awkward. But I don't want it to fall again because you want to see my yoga pants with my nice pearly sweater and my yoga pants and flip-flops. Because I'm just like you. Anyway, you guys, so everything I've showed you is in stock and shipping now. A ton of orders already went out today. A ton more orders are already pre-packed, almost ready to go for tomorrow. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment on the video. And I will see it, or you can go to laylebymail.com and click contact us. That's the 2 easiest ways to reach me. And I'm so excited for what is in store for next year. If I don't see you before the new year, happy holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, um, Kwanzaa. There's others that I don't know, so apologies. Or just happy December, right? It could just be happy December. Happy New Year. We are listing this Saturday. We're listing this Saturday, the 20th. We're also listing Saturday, the 27th. So if you want to join us on a Saturday for a fun listing session, we have a ball. I would love to see you. Otherwise, I hope to see you in the new year. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening, the rest of your week. And thanks for joining me. Thanks, you guys. Bye bye. Bye. Now I can let go of the camera and it will sink down. Probably. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't check the chat. I haven't looked at the chat for a second. I'm back for a second. I'm back. So let me look. Let me see. If you guys I don't think there were any questions. So if I missed any questions, yeah, shoot me an email. Okay, shoot me an email and we will go from there. Oh, you know what? Haha, guess what? You could use some of season pass to supplement year in review, right? Because you would have papers for every month of the year. Duh, Lil, duh. Put on my thinking cap. All right, at least for this year, and then we'll have a solution for add-on for next year. Well, next year, 2027. All right, I'm just looking at the chat. I think I have everybody. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.